Alright, y'all. I'ma try this one last time. Cause I ain't never been so ticked off with IG in my life. But anyway, welcome to Chronicles, episode 3. Random thought. Like I said, we're in the second month of the new year. Hopefully the new year's been treating everyone. See if my boy could come in without a hinge. See? There we go.
I'm here now. You know
There
what?
we go.
They gave me my live back on my other page, but now I guess they acting stupid again. I don't know what the hell's going
Clearly
on.
they didn't. Clearly they
You know
didn't,
what's crazy?
cause
I went IG live on my other page before. It was working back unless they block. I'm gonna check my account after. If they blocked it again, then it is what it is. I'm glad I got a backup account.
like nah. For facts. Welcome to Car Chronicles, P. Bill. Oh, Yonkers in the house.
You already know what's
I
popping with the
said,
population.
listen, we got a big congratulations to you, and actually, not even a congratulations, a happy anniversary to my boy and his 3-year anniversary of a successful heart transplant. And what they
Word,
say, won't he do it? Yes, he
word, all
will.
the
There ain't
time,
nothing
man.
but God.
Amen,
I said, so
amen.
yes, happy anniversary, friend, to your rebirth. Literally,
Pre-
a
Appreciate,
second
pre-
chance at life.
appreciate the love. You feel me? Second chance at life. We just gonna keep it rolling, keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Don't scuff them wheels on that wheelchair, boy. That's my
Now
job.
you already scuffed my wheelchair wheels
That's
already,
my
so
job. That's my
you know
job.
it's very haram of you to be doing shit like that. But
Oh, I was definitely on my haram today.
mad funny.
Yo, definitely was on my haram today. I didn't feel like being halal. So, yeah, no.
Oh, so what? You was on your haram all day? No halal shit at all?
Nah. You just make me be on my haram. I'm always on my
All right.
halal.
Niggas always blaming the disabled nigga for everything.
Y'all be doing the most. Well, you be doing the most. Can't speak for all because, not everyone's the same. But
Yo, what's good? Shame, how you?
you,
Yo, I'm glad my nigga
you.
Steve is in here. Yo, listen to how this gonna go. They always blame the nigga in the wheelchair for
Who's y'all?
everything.
It's only me. It's
Always.
only me.
Always. Why? She about to fit the day bracket. Go ahead. What you blame me for now? Listen, Sheem, I want you to listen close. What you about to blame me for now, Jazz? Let me hear this. Come on. Look, now your joint freezing up.
My shit on D&D. Because somebody called me. You can't be calling me while I'm on my live. And I'm
Yeah,
not.
and word, Sheem, you know the slogan, it only gets dirty. I'm about to see how dirty she gonna get right now. So what I do? What other shit I'm on? Please let me know. I want to hear this. I'm intrigued. What did I do?
Nah, I'm going to let you live on your anniversary.
No. You no. You already nah. Nah. I,
Yes.
I
We
want to hear
is
it.
not, nah, we ain't not, nope, we not here for that.
Nope, because you brought it up. Now you don't see.
Listen, you brought
Yo,
it
see, you
up.
see that? It only
You
gets
brought
dirtier.
it up.
She talking mad
Nah,
breezy. Don't
nah,
want to
because you
finish.
be making somebody want to kick your fucking wheelchair. How about that? You be saying some shit. You be saying some shit that really be wanting a motherfucker to kick your wheelchair. Like, yo,
What I say to you? I ain't say nothing crazy to you as
not
of late.
today. Yeah, as of lately. So, you been good.
As of late, I haven't said nothing at all.
As of lately, you been good. So, again, we digress. It's your rebirth anniversary. We not doing it today. We not doing
Oh,
it today. See? Yes, thank you, Sheen. He know exactly what the fuck he be doing. Like he be pushing them buttons and he think just because he in a wheelchair, people supposed to have grace and be nice. Like
no,
listen,
I
you
know people ain't
could
gonna
listen, you could get it too, wheelchair or not.
look.
Don't think that
I
wheelchair is
know
gonna
people ain't gonna
stop.
have grace. It's just I gotta talk my shit because people think people in a wheelchair are supposed to be quiet. Oh, look, I wasn't quiet when I was walking with a cane. What make niggas think I'm gonna be quiet now, man? Niggas got me fucked up. So,
Listen,
and shout out to my nigga Sheen. You know what's crazy? My nigga Sheen, he really know me. He know me before the cane and the wheelchair. Feel me? Why you in the building?
niggas wanted the cane before the wheelchair was a thing.
That's a bar. That's a bar too.
That's definitely a bar.
That's a fact. He not lying.
So, not because, like I told you, I seen it like from when you was fine, then to the
I'm still I'm
cane,
I'm
and then
I'm
to the
still fine.
wheelchair.
I'm
I
still
mean, but
alive.
before, yeah, you fine because you alive. Yes, thank God. But I'm talking about when you actually had the use of your legs.
Yo, why my light go? Fuck that light go. It's whatever.
But anyway, I said, so what we talking about tonight? Tonight, random
This is
thoughts.
this is this is your this is your joint. You asking me what we talk about. This
Huh?
is your joint.
Cause you always got a lot of shit to say. But now, what I was saying earlier, prior to the whole main page fiasco, over there, what I was telling my peoples is, I'll be 35 this year. Like, damn, I'm gonna be 35, right?
All
So,
right, you talking like that's mad. Oh, I'm gonna be 38 this year. So
and okay, so no, it's not old, right? It's far from old. 35 is not old, 38's not old. But what a lot of people fail to realize and don't even think about, right?
yeah, what they don't
And
think about?
and 5 years is 40, right? And 2 years for you, because you 38, is 40. 3 years for your homeboy Sheen is 40, right? And 40 is not old. I'm not saying it to say 40 is old, but I say all that to say, have you ever wondered what you look like at the age of 40? What you will look like at the age of 40? Not look like
I
in the
mean,
physical.
I'm gonna
No,
still look
no,
like how I look now.
no, asshole. Not in a physical sense. Like, I'm not talking about your looks. I'm not talking about the outer you. I'm talking about the inner you. Are you going to be even more grounded? Because I feel like you're a grounded person and everything you've been through. Like, you're really I don't give a fuck. You speak your mind, which is good. But 40 is a whole different level of adulthood. It unlocks a whole different level of adulthood. Like, yeah, we in our 30s, right? And most people, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, because I'm not putting myself in that category, because I know I'm different. I move different. I never try to fit in. I march
Yeah.
to the drum, like, I march to my own drum or whatever. I march to my own beat. But a lot of people are still stuck. A lot of people are still doing the same shit they was doing in their 20s and teens that they are in their 30s going on 40.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's like, yeah, biologically I'm older, right? But mentally a lot of people are still stuck in their young ways, their high school days, their glory days. They want to
Now, see that's
feel.
because they have a problem with letting go. You gotta let that shit go. That shit over. That shit
It
over.
is. But am I wrong though? A lot of people, you see a lot of people our age and older, and you be looking at them like, so you just ain't never gonna grow up? You ain't never gonna change? Like, what? Thank you. Thank you,
I'm
Sheen.
glad. I'm glad my boy
Motherfuckers
seen this
get
shit.
real comfortable being stagnant, and I say that all the time. I say that all the time. Like, I don't like being stagnant. Like, I'm comfortable to an extent for a period of time, right? Because now, like, I'm in a new place, new career, whatever. But then at some point, I want more. But a lot of people don't. Like, and for me, because I know when I'm 40, I don't want to be crying about the same shit I was when I was in my 20s or even now in my early 30s. Like for me, my 30s, my early 30s, now that I'm about to level up to mid 30s, um I was using that to clean up the mess I made in my 20s. In my 20s, I lived my fucking life, out
But that's
drinking,
what you're supposed to do. With
partying.
your 30s, you're supposed to
Yeah.
clean up. You're supposed to clean up your 20s and all that. I mean, I had two kids in my 20s, like I'm saying. So 24 I had my son, 25 I had my daughter. So I had to grow up more fast. So plus my
Kudos to
daughter
you.
my daughter changed my life. So I was still wilding when I had my son, thinking I could be Mister It Only Gets Dirtier. But then once you have a daughter, that shit changed shit.
Oh, you became like putty.
Yeah, real quick. I had to get that right.
You know
So
what's funny? I gotta give you your flowers. Yes, men get flowers too. And I gotta give you your flowers for that because your kids did exactly what they're supposed to do for anybody who has kids. Having kids is supposed to change you, right? It's supposed to want to make you be a better person, do better, especially if you come from having one parent or having no parents and being raised by a grandparent. Having kids should make you want to,
well, I'll say
level
this: shout,
up,
shout out to both my
but
mom and
not
dad.
both.
I come from both a two home household. So
A two
you
parent
know,
household. That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to your mom and dad. Me, I did not. Do I know my dad? Yes. Is my dad in my life? Yes. But was I raised in a two parent household? No. But my mom, shout out to my mom, my angel. Like my mom did that. My mom did that. That was my girl right there for real. She did that. Single mother raising three kids while battling cancer for 11 years before she decided enough was enough.
strong woman right there.
Yeah, like my mom was a very strong woman, and that's where I draw a lot of my strength from, and that has gotten me thus far in life or whatever. Um, uh, is because when I'm ready to quit and I'm be like, yo, fuck all this ain't even worth it. Let me just go back to some regular shit. I think about my mom and I think about how she literally worked two jobs all the way up until her last breath. And like, well, I'm not
Shout,
gonna
shout
say
out to my boy Sheem in the comments. He said his pops was around. His pops was holding him down.
that's what's up.
Yo, Sheem, if you
That's a
can, you should join the live if you can.
word up. Come on and join. I said, I don't know what happened to my cousin. Oh no, motherly duties.
Yeah, she
Motherly
got motherly
duties.
duties,
Yes.
so you know what
Motherly
happened.
duties. Yes. No, I had to take that back. Motherly duties. Absolutely. I said, so you could more than welcome to hop on, Sheen. Um, but yeah. So it's like when I be ready to quit, I just think about my mom and I be like, this lady literally a single mother with because my sister was 8 at the time my mom was diagnosed, so a single mother with an 8-year-old. I say I'm like what 15 going on 16 at the time, and 20 something year old as a and diagnosed with cancer, and then it's like but she never stopped that. She still lived her life. She still went out, partied, had fun, while being a mother, while fighting for her life. So it's like if she could do all that, I say all that to say if my mom could do
If she
all
could do
that,
all that, you could do it too.
exactly. Like I literally have no excuse to quit. But so I say all that to say, how do you see yourself at the age of 40? Like, do you, again, not look wise, but like just
No, I
more
know, I know, I
grounded?
know what you mean. I was just being an
I'm being
asshole.
an asshole. I know, but I love you, asshole. You are my friend, and I love you. Um, but yes, what does 40-year old P Bills look like to you?
Well, I know for sure. 40-year-old me definitely gonna say continue to stay in good spirits, keep rolling, and just lock in on, keep striving for better. No, that's just
So,
one part of the answer. But I also think at 40, there's gonna be certain situations that's gonna push me to be better anyway, because that's how life works. You're gonna go through things that's either gonna make you lock in and get better, or you gonna quit. I ain't no quitter, so I know whatever the situations come at 40, I'm gonna be better and be prepared. So plus I stay ready, so I ain't gotta get ready. You get what I'm saying?
And that's the part right there, friend. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So your 40-year-old self would tell you, your present day self, just keep on rocking and rolling and doing what you do.
Yeah. Keep them spirits high and get ready for the bigger blessings that's about to come. Because I know I got some bigger blessings coming. It just
Amen.
sometimes I think I be avoiding a higher calling at times.
And most people do. That's funny that you say that because I feel like most people do avoid the higher calling, their higher calling in life, and they get comfortable with being stagnant or they okay with where they're at because they fear that once when they get there, they'll fail. The fear of failure holds a lot of people back. Fear in general holds a lot of people back from reaching their full potential and unlocking that greatness that they have inside of them. I know I'm guilty of it. Something I'm working on is like, making sure that I'm doing better and being better every day, like working on changing bad habits and replacing them with better habits or healthier habits. Um, Learning to live a little more. I got so like locked in and focused on school that I forgot to live.
But
Like
look what but you know you gotta live though. You already got the school thing out the way, so now you just gotta spread them wings and live.
like all right, shout out to Sheem. I was like, listen, it's literally one day at a time. Like just take it one day at a time, step by step, little by little, and watch how everything starts to change slowly but
And my
surely.
my nigga Sheem, he already on the good road. He always been on the good road. He always hold it down. I just see him elevating more and more. He always hold it down.
And that's the whole point, is to want to be better. Like, especially when you're not happy with how things are going in your life and they're not going, like, you're not going in a direction you want to go. It's like, damn, now you got to stop and think, what can I do to change that? How
But see,
can I
that's
get,
another problem with people. People don't stop and think. Some people don't think at all.
but that's what I'm saying. People get so locked in and so caught up in the now, right? They forget about the later, or vice versa. People get locked into the later and getting themselves prepared for the later to make sure that they're set up by the time they're a certain age, like 40. Um, that
But you
they
got to you
forget
got to
to
lock in.
live. They
But you
forget to
got to
live.
you got to lock in on the now to get to your future. I mean, still live in between that. But if you don't lock in on the now, how you expect to get to the future?
Yeah, but you don't have to get too locked in. Just like some people get too locked in and too laser focused, what I was saying earlier, they they get lost in the now. They forget about, when I say the now, I mean outside of what you're locked in on. Say, all right, let's use me. I was locked in on school, right? These last, I'll say last 4 years since I've been in Georgia, I've been real locked in, right? I'll say I'll say and not even just solely on school, just locked in, period. Because like my first year down here, I worked two full-time jobs and going to school full-time. I had started off at a different school prior to the one I was at, and I did a full 2 semesters there, and then I had to switch because tuition, what they wanted out of pocket, even after financial aid and all that, was stupid. They wanted 3K out of pocket, and I'm just doing this by myself. So I said, oh, 3K, even after financial aid, scholarships, and all that. I said, oh, no, thank you. Let me reroute my plan. Now I had to go back and redo my plan because now this didn't work out at this school, right? So boom, rerouted, had to take two prerequisites at my new school to prior to being able to apply for the program that I had finished back in December or whatever. So now I get accepted into my program of May 2024, and that's
Which you
18
have
months.
which you have graduated from?
Oh, occupational therapy assistant at Chet Tech. Still not 100% finished. Like I'm finished, but I still have 8 weeks left of internship or clinicals that I have to do or whatever. So I'm not fully finished yet, but I got 8 weeks left or whatever. But I'm basically done. But I say all that to say I got so locked in, right, to moving myself to the next level because I want more for myself. Because when I was 28, I came up with a game plan and I picked up a different set of binoculars because at 28, I was like, damn, you about to be 30, girl. And after 30 is 40. And you don't want to be in your 40s crying about the same shit you was in your 20s and in your 30s. So what you gonna do, right? So I came up with a plan, a 10-year plan. I say 10 to 15 years. I said by the time I'm 40, 45, I'm going to be opening up my own clinic, my own practice, cutting a ribbon to my own business. So I see it, but now I got to do it. And so I got so locked in because I want no distractions, especially starting over in a new state, right? By myself. Um, and I'm 100% relying on me to make it in this new state. I locked in. I locked in tight, laser focus. I distanced myself from people I
So
talk to
this
on.
explains why last month you was throwing axes at trees and all that. Yeah, you was getting the stress off your shoulders.
Listen, I'm telling you, like, you gotta find outlets to relieve your stress. Going to the gym, kickboxing, MMA, like sparring, like axe throwing, going to the gun range. And I've noticed everything I said is so violent to relieve my stress. But
Yeah,
listen,
I see that. I see. I ain't see you. You ain't hurting nobody yet. So let's keep it
and
like that.
that's
You
all that matters. I was like, even if I'm going to a kickboxing class, a boxing class, sparring, axe throwing, the gun range, right? Going go karting, going laser
and I didn't
tag,
even know
going
you.
to the
I didn't even know
Mercury.
you do kickboxing.
Yes, I gotta keep these hands. Listen, I gotta keep these shits lethal. Like you just never know. Now, granted, no, I'm done fighting. Had to lay up my golden gloves, my boxing gloves, cause too old for that. Way too old for that. And also, body don't heal like it used to in your 20s. So
Exactly.
I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. But nah, it's just like I got so focused and started distancing myself from people that I talk to on a regular. And I will feel some type of way that if I didn't talk to them, I would feel some type of way. But to now going from that to I'm okay if we don't talk every day. Like my social skills suck now because I got so locked in. I got so locked in to working on again school and just getting myself to the next level. I forgot to live. And like it's okay, but it's not okay because it's okay because it's not like I forgot to live because I'm just off doing something or I'm lollygagging or whatever. I was focused on doing something. I was focusing on bettering myself and getting myself to the next level that I had to not be easily
Yeah,
distracted
you
of,
gotta do what you gotta do when you're trying to elevate.
what's going on around me. I'm like, but then now that I'm at the finish line and I'm like damn near done with that chapter of school, it's like, well, damn, what's next? Now it's like I gotta reintegrate myself back into society. Now that I'm free and I have this time on my hand, is like, what's next? And literally, that's been my question of this since the start of the year. What's next? And again, dealing with this situation that I'm dealing with or whatever, um, it, I started to learn lessons from it because I'm like, damn, now it's time for me to practice what I preach. I tell people, like,
Word, gotta practice what you preach.
you do. And because I always tell people, it's like, what lesson can you take from this situation? What's the positive out of this negative? How can I turn this situation around? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, what can I do? How can I do this? And it's like, because I tell people all the time, just because you hear no one time doesn't mean that's end all be all, because you're going to hear a lot of no's
Yeah, you're
before
gonna hear a lot of no's.
you get to that yes, right? Um, like you're gonna anything easy isn't worth having. You appreciate it and you value something so much more when you have to work for it and you go through the mud for it. And so there's like this situation I'm currently dealing with. I really had to sit back and ask myself, what can I take from these lessons? Like what lessons can I take from this situation? Right? And it's a few things that are like, okay, like being less emotional when it comes to responding to certain things, taking my emotions out of it and responding logically, thinking logically, critically, and not
I'm glad.
emotionally, not.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of women don't like to say stuff like that. Or take their emotions out and think more logically. And notice I ain't say all women. I just said a lot.
Oh yeah, women are emotional creatures. Like, that's it, that's all. I'm like, but like I said, I had to sit back and ask myself, what can I take from this? What am I getting from this situation? How can I turn this negative into a positive, right? Like, here I got my negative, but here I'm gonna get my positive, So it's just like not being emotional. It's okay to be emotional, right? We're human. We all have feelings. It's okay to feel. Absolutely 100%, right?
But it's about
Um,
what you gonna do after you get them emotions out. No point to be all emotion if you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
but that's what I'm saying. But you got to control your emotions. And a lot of people don't know how to control their emotions because, they think their emotions are under control. And it's really not. Like, first of all, people throw tantrums. Like, we have a big ass man child running the country. That's the biggest example of not having your emotions under control. All right. Like, you allow your emotions to do your actions, like to do your talking, right? But I had to learn to disengage my emotions. I had to learn how to process my emotions, go through my feelings. But then now, do not respond with those same emotions that I just processed. How can
Exactly.
I look at this situation logically, realistically, as a whole, and how can I attack it without my emotions doing the talking for me? Because you can tell when someone is responding emotionally and versus logically.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. That's a fact. That's why I laugh at people when they get emotional. It's like you get emotional for no reason. If you just use your brain, you'll be alright.
But you can't say it for no reason because you don't know what triggers people emotions, right? We
All
all
right, I'm
human.
gonna just say this. Look, I can't help if people got
When
some
you
trauma they fighting, mental shit. Like I know my intentions. I'm like, I'm just trying to help. help out, give you a little laugh, make you see better. But I can't help your triggers. Especially
Yeah.
if I don't know what's going on. That's where communication got to come in at too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, but people don't, a lot of people don't know how to communicate. Even as grown ass adults, people our big ass age don't know how to communicate.
Man,
It's like
I'm not giving a lot of
listen,
these. I'm not giving a lot of those excuse. If you able to roll
listen.
up some, if you able to take some time to roll up some weed to get high, you able to put some coke on the table and put it up your nose. You better learn how to communicate.
Okay, but you have to be willing to communicate. Again, talking is one of the easiest things to do, yet the hardest thing to do at the same time. And two things could be true at the same time. Like when it comes to really expressing yourself and how something has made you feel, it's, I don't know why, but it's harder for some than it is for others. You know, and you can't say that's not true. Like some people just don't know how to communicate, but also communication,
Uh,
learning how, first of all, learning how to properly communicate starts in the home.
Nah,
A lot of
you
things,
got a point there.
a lot of things start as a child because this is what you're exposed to, this is what you're raised up in, this is what you grew up in. So if you grew up with yelling as a form of communication, all you're going to know how to do is yell to communicate your
But I
emotions.
say this, people growing after a while. You got to stop holding certain things to be a crutch as an excuse for why you're doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Certain things can't be a crutch no more.
I'm not saying use it as a crutch, but also you got to be willing to learn new behaviors. You got to be willing to learn how to communicate. But that's also because you got to be willing to change your mindset. But you gotta be willing to do the work and make the sacrifices and not worry about what other people gonna think, because the minute you start working on yourself to better yourself and get yourself to the next level or whatever, you're gonna start seeing people walk out your life. When you start changing for the good and you want more and you start seeing a bigger picture and
Yeah, those who are not supposed to be there is gonna fall off. So
yeah, you start falling off, but not a lot of people are okay with that. Not a lot of people are willing and ready to let go. Something you said earlier, right? Like letting, you gotta let that shit go. But some
mm,
people don't know how to. And if you don't know how to because you're not giving the proper tools, how can you expect somebody to do it? And I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm not, because at the end of the day, we make our own choices, right? We all go through things, life for everybody. We all don't have a silver spoon, and we not on that 1% of, you know, the finer side of things. Like we don't,
yeah.
we have, we have financial worries. Like we have to, like, you know what I'm saying? But what you tell me earlier, grace, grace,
Oh man.
grace. Nah, I'm gonna throw your words back up in your face.
Oh
Grace.
man.
Yes.
Well, what did I ask? Well, before people get it misconstrued, what did I ask Grace for in a joking manner? Just for some
Oh, just
time.
for context, so people
Just,
don't think the wrong
just
thing.
yeah, just for some time. And what happened? Who was running on disabled time too? You.
Disabled
So,
color time. I was. Yes, I was.
and
So
you want to know something? In the midst of that, I gave you grace because you know what I gave you grace on. You want to know? You ready? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I gave you grace on. See, instead of you being a nigga,
because
you
you
would
knew I was
listen,
running home from work and I was
listen.
on a
Hold on,
virtual work meeting that
hold
ran
on,
almost 2 hours.
hold on. After all that, besides that though, I gave you grace for not being a nigga. You was being a nigga's nigga. So I
Ah,
gave you grace without you
yeah,
even knowing it. Now you know.
but you asked for grace because you told me you was gonna be late, right? At least you told me you was gonna be late, right? And I said, how you gonna be late when you knew in advance what time we was starting, right? And
Hmm.
then even with the pushback, I still ended up being late. And I could take accountability for that. I have no problem saying that because I
I
have no
mean, I
problem taking
I took
ownership.
I took accountability for mine too, but guess what? The time I said turned out to be the perfect time.
Whatever.
So
Anyway,
thank you. I'm Professor X in the wheelchair. I just see the future. Thank you very much.
I guess, like, if that's what you saying, right?
Thank you very much.
But anyway,
And it goes back to a key
anywho,
part.
what?
Communication. You see how I hit you? As light. Some people can't even do that. And some people do have the proper tools and still make excuses. So what do we say for people like that? They just straight out lazy. They just don't give a fuck.
They more so don't give a fuck. And I'm not talking about the people that are lazy and don't give a fuck. Because those are the people that are going to complain and cry all their lives. You know what I'm saying? They always going to have something to say. They always going to have something to complain about. And it's just like me. And the same, like, we have the same 24 hours in a day.
That's a fact.
Listen, like, shout out to 5-Year-Old Foreigner because that's my song. Same 24, that's my shit. But anyway, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Do we all have the same journey and experiences in life? No. So, are we all given the proper tools to start with? Absolutely not. Do some of us become products of our environment? Absolutely, they do. But are there people out there who rise above all that bullshit? Absolutely, because they wanted to. And also, they were put in situations and scenarios where they were given opportunities to be taught how to properly do something or to get access to something. Like,
Yeah.
but
They went out. They
especially,
went out into the world and they applied themselves.
but sometimes but they had to be shown that. But again, they they parents made sure they did something. Even a single basketball, basketball is a big thing, right? But because of that opportunity for basketball or some type of sport as an outlet to help with the single mom, right? That's putting their child in a position to possibly meet people that can teach them things and show them something different than their home life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again,
I get it.
but sometimes, like, you have to be shown things, right? Not because we're not born knowing everything, right? We don't grow up knowing everything. We have to learn these things, right? And we learn these things by being surrounded with people who want to teach us, who are willing to teach us, who are willing to show us new ways and new outlets and new sources, right? And so that makes you want to, okay, now, okay, oh, there's something different. Oh, there is more to this world than what I'm doing or what I'm seeing. So that should want to motivate you. Just like your kids, having kids should want to motivate you to be better. When you see that there's more to this world than where you come from, it should want to motivate people to want to do better and to learn
Sure.
better, how to properly communicate. Hey, yo, I'm running late, right? The simplest things. But like I said, talking is one of the easiest things to do in the world, but yet it's the hardest thing to do.
I don't know. I don't be having a lot of sympathy for people, man. 'Cause when it comes to certain things, I know people will communicate good. When it comes to some bullshit, time for some real shit, they never have anything to say. It's like, you know what? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to you no more.
But now, playing devil's advocate, right? It's easier to talk about shit you don't care about. It's easier to talk about nonsense, right? Super easy to talk about it. But when it's something that actually affects you personally, something you actually care about, it makes it a little bit harder to speak up.
You see
Why?
that's the shit that be
Why?
killing me in this world, though.
Don't don't know. It is. It's a lot of things where it's like, wait, you could do this, but you can't do that. Like, you could get with this, but you can't do that. But it's just how people are wired. Like, unfortunately, it's like it's how people are wired. It's like how people are taught. Again, we're taught these things. We're taught habits, and then, but also you got to be willing to teach yourself. You got
Yeah,
to
because
be
you gotta
willing.
have self in the midst of people teaching you. You gotta have self discipline and self motivation.
Yeah, but that's something you gotta be taught. Like I'm teaching myself self discipline. But again, that's because that's something I want. I
You're doing
want
a
to
great
be.
job. You're doing a great job at it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's like because I want to be more disciplined. But again, that goes back to earlier in the conversation because I'm turning 35 and then I know in 5 years I'm going to be 40.
Yeah.
And yes, people are like, oh, you're still young. Yes, 35 is young, 40 is young. Yes, I may be young, but I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I'm a full blown adult. Right? We're all full blown adults when you're in your like,
And this is why sometimes I lose patience with people. We full blown adults, right? Now, like I told you, this year I'm about to be 38. As you see, I'm a heart transplant survivor. Have Becker's muscular dystrophy. In the wheelchair. You feel what I'm saying? So it takes my body gotta rev up. I already feel like I'm 50 sometimes, just stretching. So I gotta rev my body up to the world every day, right? So you know,
yes.
I gotta move my show, take my medicine. So the last thing I be trying to have is sympathy for a lot of motherfuckers. That's why I be looking at some people like they crazy, like, bro, you've been on the same shit for the longest, complaining about that same shit for the longest. I've been hearing you talk about this and that since I was walking with the cane. I'm in the wheelchair now. I haven't even seen 5% of a result. So it's like, you think I want to hear that shit now when I gotta warm my body up to the world? I want to hear that shit. Now, some people I can have sympathy and empathy for, but there's a lot of motherfuckers that just piss me off. And that's why I say the shit I say to them. If you could roll up a motherfucking blunt, why the fuck you can't roll up to a spot and find a job application?
Especially when you can apply online and through your phone.
Yeah,
Actually,
so it's like,
nowadays.
why you can't roll up to that?
Because they don't want to. They want to complain. That's the thing. There's a difference. There's people like that. I'm not saying those people don't deserve grief. Those people are literally just not doing nothing to change their situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the people that expect things to fall in their lap. They have their hand out and they give me, 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 take, 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 take. But yet they're not willing to go out, do the work. They're not willing to get dirty, to get in the mud. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those people don't have grace for. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about those people who actually are trying, right? And they're trying to do better, be better, change themselves. But yet it's not happening overnight, but you see their effort. You see that they're trying.
Though, and
Those are people
those people
you
I
give
respect.
grace to.
Yeah, those are people I respect, and I just tell them, it's gonna be rough. Just be more patient, like because I know you want things to happen, but when you rush it, it ain't gonna come out the way you want it to come out. And I say that
Oh,
from my own experience. There's times I rushed a lot of shit, and it ain't come out the way it was supposed to. But when I sat back, learned to be more patient, pray more. I always been grateful, but be more grateful and appreciative of things. Things
mm-hmm,
started flowing better. It wasn't that many obstacles in the road, even though it's always gonna be obstacles in the road. But it
mm-hmm.
wasn't that tough to get over once I learned to be patient.
Oh, church. Say amen. Amen.
Come on, amen.
Amen. Listen, and no, it's so funny though, because literally that's been my whole thought process. Even like, with the situation I'm dealing with, right? It also taught me what you literally just said, patience. Just because it's not happening right now the way you want it to, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean things are not working in the background. But this is to test your discipline, your patience, and being still, right? And these are lessons that I'm getting from this. I got a lot of lessons from this current situation that I'm dealing with, right? And also with me learning how to actually let God have the will and God have control. Easier said than done, but that's why I'm working. That's something I'm working on within me and myself every day. Baby steps. Because when you go full force, like you got that momentum, but then after a while, that momentum dies down. And so I said, let me just take a different spin on it and just do it, incorporate
Yeah,
things day by day,
yeah, pace yourself. That
baby step.
help keep your stamina up.
And it does, because then as I'm pacing myself and I'm building that momentum, shit gonna be crazy at the end, right? That now you got that second breath. But anyway, literally though, it's just that of me being patient, you know being still, not rushing things, because just like you, when I rush things and rush to do things, they don't come out right. So it's like, damn, Jazz, like you need some patience, you need to have more patience. And so that's something I've been working on, like, tolerance next to none, but my patience is definitely on some top notch stuff now. But also that goes with me working with autistic children. Like I thought I had good patience, right? Until I switched over and started working with autistic children. Then I found out I really don't have that much patience, and patience is something obviously I had to learn, right? And I love what I do. And I love the fact that that's something I learned from working with the community I work with. And I love it. I love it. I love it.
And I'm quite sure the
So,
autistic children you work with, they love you for it. Because
oh, yeah,
they can recognize who's patient and who's not patient. If you're not patient, yeah, they're gonna give you a lot of problems because they see you ain't really trying to work with them. So yeah, they about to really shake it up on you.
exactly. And so it's just like they definitely taught me patience. So that's why I'm able to have more patience with adults, because of me working with the kiddos or whatever. And but so even with this situation, like I said, it's just like, all right, I realized in the beginning when my whole situation first started, I'm about to throw a tantrum like a child, because it's just like it's not happening now. It's not happening right now the way I wanted to. So now I'm about to start throwing a tantrum, but then I'm just like, don't throw a tantrum.
Yeah, because
Relax.
what a tantrum gonna do?
Relax. Nothing. It just get me worked up even more.
Yeah,
So it's just
look,
like,
your
relax.
your blood pressure gonna go up, and as we get older, we gotta watch our heart health and all. I could talk this heart health
Yes,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
cholesterol
You
and
gotta
all that.
watch all of that. You don't want to be in
Yeah.
there high blood pressure, you passing out, bones are stiff.
Stroking out.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
deal with that.
Yeah, you stroke out with high blood pressure. That's why there ain't nothing to play with. You know? I'm like, but it's like if I didn't learn patience from the kiddos, I know I probably mess up this situation like real bad. But also you had to acknowledge that you had to learn, patience and how to just step back. It took a few questionable decisions and some crazy resolutions to be like, you should learn how to just wait it out next
I mean, it
time.
happens. Sometimes you gotta burn to learn. That's what all us humans. We all go through the fire to learn.
De-
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. But a lot of people don't make it through the fire
Yeah, that's why when they
because they
wake up
wasn't
and
built.
listen, and
They not fireproof.
and that's why when they wake up dead, they still gonna be in the fire.
Hey yo, hey yo. Listen, I do not want to wake up dead.
I
I
mean,
do
if you wake
not.
up dead in the pearly gates, you good.
Yeah, but I don't want to wake up dead and then I just see fire.
Well, then that means you fucked up. And they say this just a theory. I heard they say when you stuck in that fire, what you in that
It's
fire for?
eternal.
It's eternal, and it repeats every day.
Yeah, a living hell, literally a living hell.
It repeats every
But
day, so you don't want to go through that. But hey, for those that's
no,
about to wake up dead in the fire, I'm not wishing y'all no luck. I'm not even throwing water on y'all, so because I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna wake up alive. So wake up alive.
yes, I'm gonna wake up alive on the other side.
Yeah, see, that's the bar. Wake up alive on the other side.
Listen, cause I don't like that's it. Cause I don't want to be dealing with what you dealing with. Listen, I don't want them flames touching my soul. I don't think so.
That's
No,
why. That's
no,
why they
no.
say elevation requires separation. So
That part. That part.
separate yourself from the bullshit they fire and just do what you got to do. And
And
then
you know,
there's some that you separate from that you really didn't separate from. Everybody understands. Yo, we all got life and all that, but
hmm
when we do link up again, it's like we ain't miss a step.
that part. And
Now
those
it's
are the real
crazy. It's
ones.
crazy for me to say miss a step. Even though I'm in a wheelchair. But you get what I mean.
You mean for you, like, you ain't miss a roll?
Yeah, if you holler at me, we ain't missing a roll over here. I know you stepping. Come talk to me.
And
Ain't
I'm
missing a roll
rolling.
over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just holler at me.
Nah, it's crazy though because, and we about to wrap it up soon. I'm like, it's crazy because about separation and elevation because I seen this Erica Badu clip, right? And she said a part of you dies every day. The old version of you dies off every day as you continue to grow and elevate. And you know what you got to do? You got to leave it there. You can't try to go back to it. You got to leave it there
Yeah, I
because
see you
you're
now.
elevated. Like, I even reposted that to my story because that's deep. And it makes you think,
And that's
like,
and that's
damn.
something I'm working on because there's pieces of me that I wouldn't say they all the way dead because they could come back. I could resurrect it at any time. It's just I gotta fully kill it off. I'm still working on that.
Yeah, and it's hard letting that old you go because you got so comfortable with it and you've been with that you for so long. It's like, damn, how do I let it go? Right? And it's hard to let it go. Well, what did Elsa say? Let it go, let it go, let that shit go, right?
Man,
Let
Elsa ain't even
go.
follow her own words, but that's another story for another day.
That's another story, another day, but bottom line, let it go. You cannot have one foot in your old life and one foot in your new life. You
That's just a
either
fact.
you either gonna commit or not commit at all. And if you're gonna commit, you're gonna have to make a choice and fully commit to that choice you made. And that's crazy because it's like that was with my mom. With chemo. She was supposed to do her last round of chemo and went to the doctors, right? And she decided not to do it. And she said she didn't want to do it no more or whatever. And it became a whole big thing or whatever. And she said if I want to do it later, I could do it later. And
Yeah,
the doctor was like, no, you gotta make a choice and you gotta stick with it. You either gonna go through one more last round of chemo, do one
yeah.
more treatment of chemo, or you're gonna choose not to and you're just gonna let it run its course. But you have to make a choice and you have to stick with it. And do you know what choice my mom made? My mom made the choice not to do it, not to do one more chemo treatment, and just let it take its course. I'm like, so when you gotta choose, you gotta choose. You gotta be like Neo. You want the red pill or the blue pill? Whatever pill you pick, you gotta
Yeah.
commit. So it's like you cannot, and that's why people get also stuck or they elevate somewhat but not all the way because they're too scared to make a decision. They're too scared to fully commit to that new life and what's to come with it. But what are you scared of? Are you scared of the abundance that's gonna come in his new life? What are you scared of? The growth, the elevation, more money, a bigger house, a more successful career? Like, you scared of not being able to being able to relate to your people anymore? So what? That's why you meet new people. Like, those people are a part of your old life. Not saying they don't cross over, but not everyone could cross over. But you meet new people.
Yeah,
The
everybody can't go.
different versions of you. It's like people meet different versions of you, and you meet friends and people as this version of you at this point in time in your life. And eventually, at some point, you could cross all those versions together. You could combine those versions together, mix up your worlds at some point. But
Yeah,
they
they gotta expand their horizons. But you know what? You can't expect a person to expand their horizons when they don't even know the three branches of government. But hey, that's a whole nother story for another day too.
Man, listen. Definitely a story for another time. But
That's a story for another day.
listen, I think we've been at this long enough, friend. I appreciate you for coming through. So we definitely going to continue this conversation. I didn't think this was going to turn into a part two, but
Come
this,
on, you should know when we talk, it
listen.
always goes part two, part three. Everything ties in.
It does, but we definitely gonna have to continue this. I said at an earlier time, not disabled CP time. I said,
Hold on, don't put that on me. And shout out to Ebony. We're gonna get her on the next one, but
yes,
we could
yes.
definitely do an earlier time. I mean, just let me know. Let me know what the
No,
schedule's
I
is.
mean 9 o'clock. We actually gonna start at 9 o'clock this time. Like,
Well,
cause I
start
get off
mess.
work at 7:30 every day. So, and then
Man,
I still gotta get home.
we're gonna
So
start at 8:50.
listen, we can do that too. I'm okay with that. But nah, this was definitely a good conversation. We still going, I still got a few more questions about being 40 and stuff like that. And then also about if we were not able to cross state lines and only live in the state you were born, what would that world look like? That will be on part two.
I wouldn't want to know that world because I wouldn't want to just be stuck in Detroit, Michigan.
Listen, listen. That's something to think about because we definitely gonna cover that on part two. I said we ain't, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna cover that on part two. Yep.
Man, shout out to the 313 of my blood, but we talk about that in part two. It's going a lot of 313 going hate me. They gonna be like, yo, this nigga's crazy. Like,
Listen,
but hey, I wouldn't want to be stuck there.
listen. Like the economical collapse. How fast that would be. Listen, would there be underground railroads again just to go to this state and that state? But listen, we're not gonna get into that right now. That's gonna be for the next conversation. I said I'm about to go in and eat this food that I cooked right before getting on here. I said, hey,
Okay?
you had your wing stop. You got to eat. So
I still got more left. Like,
listen,
eat some more too.
and them 7-Eleven lemon cream cookies.
Nah, I ain't got none of those tonight. That's probably for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's on Sunday.
I
And I'm gonna go.
know this Sunday, crazy,
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Who you going for?
I want the Patriots to win because you know, I want Stephon Diggs to throw that championship in Offset face since Offset been a crybaby ever since he's been with Cardi B. But if the Seahawks do win, I won't be mad at that. I respect Sam Darnold's story.
Yeah.
So, but I want the Patriots to win because I need Stephon Diggs to get that so he can make Offset cry some more since Offset's already been crying too much.
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't care who wins. My team ain't making nowhere near the
And who
goddamn
is your team
Super
again?
Bowl. They ain't even make it to the playoff.
And who your team? Your team is the Giants.
So, anywho,
Oh, so you know what this means? Oh, I gotta definitely bring you up on. Here's the kicker with my boy Bashar because my boy Bashar, he's a Giants fan. We've been cutting his watch. We've been cutting his ass lately. Watch when you,
listen,
if you watch the new
listen,
episode and the clips on my page, we was cutting his ass
listen,
about the Giants.
listen. What we not gonna do is we not gonna start, okay? Cause we ended, and we're gonna end on a good note. We not gonna end on no nothing
Look,
crazy.
this is always a good note, man.
Listen,
Don't let the Giants come between our
listen,
friendship. The Giants, they're not helping us. It's just entertainment.
listen, listen. You gonna have a good night. I'm gonna have a good night. You be safe,
You be
right?
you be
Like, cause I know y'all
Yeah,
got
this is
hella snow
this how
out
the
there.
Giants do conversation. This is very haram right now.
Is it haram that I don't want to talk about my sorry ass team? I know my team is sorry. They ain't
Oh,
worth a damn. And if I had hair, I'd be even more bald than this. So I'm glad I ain't got no hair. And we not gonna go there. Like I said, you gonna have a goddamn good night. I'm gonna have a good night.
you
And
you have a
I
you have a great night. Stay blessed. And enjoy your
yes,
food. You know what I'm saying?
yes, okay.
Eat good. I might send you an AI video of what I do to the Giant Stadium just cause. Might just cause I know how you feel.
He gonna be rolling around like, yeah, Rico Suave in the wheelchair. Uh,
Don't
yeah,
worry, I'm not gonna
load
send
that
it
shit
tonight.
up. Yo,
I might send it on Sunday, the day of the Super Bowl.
okay, blocked, blocked,
I'm gonna send it to you. I got you.
blocked.
You're not gonna block me.
So you ain't even gonna be able to send it because I'm gonna block you.
You're not gonna block me. I don't believe that.
Okay,
I don't believe you're not gonna block me. I
okay.
don't believe that. I'm saying that would be wrong for you to do that to the disabled when you being an occupational therapist. You're not supposed to do things like that to the disabled. See, you going off course right there. That's very haram.
Oh well, I'm not an OTA because it was occupational therapy assistant just yet, so I ain't going against nothing.
All right, I hear you.
All right, friend. You be safe. Stay blessed. Take it easy. Don't roll
All
over
right.
no one's toes.
Nah, we good. I'm in my own space chilling. Nobody told us gonna get rolled over. Not yet, anyway. Maybe later in the week, depending on how I go.
Oh,
But
so you
enjoy.
gonna be on your haram stuff?
I mean, if necessary, I'm not perfect. You know,
No, we striving to be halal. No
I do be
haram.
I do be halal, but I'll be honest with you. My scale. Some days I got a 70% chance of going to heaven. Other days it'd be like 10%, and the other 90% be about to go to the fire. So I'm working on myself. It's a balance.
We gonna have to get that to 90%.
Some days it be there. Some days it be
Not all the
90%.
way 90 and staying at 90.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
my best. I'm not gonna make no
All right.
promises.
All right, friend. You have a good night. You take it
You too.
easy.
Have a good night. Stay safe and blessed.
All right, you too. And happy anniversary again.
Appreciate the love. Stay blessed and stay safe.
All right, you too.